Yo, what's up, everybody? Chris Strawder here. Listen, I am here at my home studio that I share with my best friend Uriah Solis, whose house this is. We share the studio here in Nashville, Tennessee, and I'm going to show you like what it looks like to track here at our studio. We have two rooms. We have the control room, which is the room that I'm in now, and then we also have a drum room over there. I have my drums all mic'd up and everything, and keep some of the extra snares and cymbals and stuff in there as well. So I'm gonna kind of walk you through what I do when I get a track, which is, I don't do this often, but I figured I'd take you through the process of like me tracking here at the studio here in Nashville, rather than going to somewhere else and tracking. So I kind of want to show you what I do. So first we're gonna switch over to my Logic session. So over here, as you can see, this is my Logic session that's set up. I have all my inputs. So the inputs that I'm using is kick, sub kick, snare bottom, hi-hat, 3 toms, overheads, mono, a mono room mic, and 2 stereo room mics. And then this is just my vocal down here or whatever. But and then I got the tracks in here. So the artist that I'm tracking for sent me a 2 mix that has his vocal and like a pad in it, and then he sent me a piano separate and then a reference drum track separate, and that's what you see down here. So I have that muted. So normally what I like to do first is go in and look at, listen to the song. Obviously I get the tempo set, so the tempo up here is 90 BPM. And then I go, and as I'm listening to the song, I go and put markers in my session so I can know the different sections of the song. So I'm not like having to like guesstimate, like where I am. And sometimes if the song is like complicated or has a lot of patterns or something, I'll also do my own personal guide track if it doesn't already come with one, just so I can know like different hits or stuff like that. But this song is fairly simple, so I'm not necessarily going to do that with this song. But for those of you wondering how to do markers in Logic, you just come down here to this thing and you press right here on this plus button, and wherever your cursor is or where this line is, it'll create a marker, and to get rid of it, you just go like that. So this is the initial setup. Like I have everything in here already. Like I said, these are my inputs. I'm going to arm those when I'm ready. And then I have down here is the stereo track they sent me, as well as a piano track and a reference drum track. So now that I've listened to the song a few times, kind of got the patterns down in my head, I've mapped the song out up here. Now we're going to go into the drum room where I have like a remote setup, and I can show you exactly what's going to go in there, and I'll be able to track the song. So let's do it. All right, so follow me into the drum room. This is what my drum room looks like. As you can tell, I have my new drum set. For those of you who don't know, I just got this kit from some dear friends of mine. It was originally owned by Daniel Lopez, who's the drummer for Covenant Church for like 20 years, and also plays for David and Nicole Binion, as well as Phillips, Craig, and Dean, if you're familiar with those people. He then passed it down to his protege, Seabass, who plays for Upper Room and a lot of other artists and church ministries and stuff like that out of Dallas. And then I got it from him. So it's a 24-inch bass drum. It comes with 4 toms. You can see the other tom back there. But 10, 12, 14, and 16, and this thing sounds incredible. But I'll get to more of the kit in a minute. But I have my old phone set up here for recording, as you can see. Come around this way. Have 2 room mics set up. They're Audio-Technica mics. Nothing fancy, but they get the job done. So got my overheads, using Sennheiser mics on the toms. Got my sub kick down there. Got a kick mic inside the kick. 57s on the snare, top and bottom. Another Shure mic on the hi-hat. Shure's up here at the top for my overheads. And okay, so here's a view from behind the kit. So you can kind of see like the depth of the room. It's not like a huge room, but it does fit kind of nicely. I used to have the drums facing that way, but I like the tones better this way, and it gives the room more space. So over here, I have a little mobile setup, or I guess you can say, yeah, not mobile, but remote setup. And it's the same thing that's on my other screen in there. And I have my wireless mouse and keyboard, so where I can track myself in here. When I don't have an engineer or Uriah's at home, or I don't want to bother him. Anyways, keep other stuff in there, whatever, got other accessories. These are my other drums that I possess. You are familiar with this white kit right here, which I used on many tours, and that's what's been in all my videos and stuff like that. But like I said, there's that other tom. I also have my oak custom snare, my recording custom, another snare that a friend of mine made for me, my stage custom snare, my Ludwig Acrolite, my Mapex, this maroon snare right here actually goes with this kit. This is the color that the kit used to be before I got it wrapped in white. And I have two other snares down here, my 16 4 time, stack of cymbals down there, extra cymbals, cymbal case, percussion toys, extra hardware, just things that I will need, as well as this stack of drum heads right here. Some of these are old, some of these haven't been used before. But yeah, it's all set up. Everything's ready to go. I have like a little headphone extender coming from a little headphone mix down there that I'm running from the other room. And this is where we're going to be tracking today. So I can't forget, obviously, the gear and stuff that I'm using. Like I explained, the drums already. Oak custom kit, Yamaha. Yamaha is the best. Then I'm using, for over here, I'm using 16-inch hats, which I kind of just made up, or put together two crash cymbals. This one is a K Dark Crash, 16-inch, and then on the bottom is a 16-inch A custom fast crash that I'm using, so it sounds really dope. Over here, y'all seen this cymbal before, my 20-inch K Sweet Crash. Over here, I'm using my 20-inch K Ride, and also over here, I'm using my A Custom 20-inch effects crash. On the heads, I'm using vintage, Emperor vintage coated, Remo obviously. And this is my first time using these heads, and I really like them. These toms are really singing. On my snare, I'm using a controlled sound. And on my kick drum, I'm using a Power Stroke 3. So there's many of you who have seen my new snare. This is my snare. This is the Vamp snare from Vertical Drum Company. This is an 8x14, and this thing is amazing. I absolutely love it. Using Pro Mark sticks and 64 audio in-ears. So that's all that. Let's get into playing some drums. Okay, so I'm here. I'm on the kit. I got all the tones situated and stuff. I got my session set up over here. So now I'm just gonna kind of play through the song a little bit. For the sake of the artists and their privacy with this song, you're not gonna be able to hear the actual vocal and everything like that. You're just gonna hear my drums, but I'm just gonna kind of I'm gonna take my time and kind of go through the song and play around with the pattern, see what I like and what I feel like feels best. So I'm gonna do that, and then we'll try to do a few takes and hopefully land one. So here we go. All right, now that I'm back in the control room, I did my take. Now I'm going to go in and listen to the session, make sure all the files sound good, and then I'll clean them up a little bit, do some time correcting, and then export them and send them on. It's just that simple. Like I said, this song is very simple, so it wasn't very intricate as far as like parts that I needed to play or anything like that. Normally, for more intricate songs, it takes longer, and might have to do a few takes and punch in different places. But I was able to do this in one or two takes, or about two takes. So, yeah, let's listen to the files. I'll go through each one and kind of see how each of them sounds. I always like to start with the room mics because the room mics sound the coolest to me. So I'll solo the room mics over here. I'm going to go to a section where I know I'm kind of digging a little bit. Yeah, let's listen to the mono room mic. This is actually my first time using this mono room mic. Let's listen to the overheads. Those sound fine to me. Cool. So now that I have that done, I think the tracks are pretty much ready to go ahead and export. I don't put any plugins or EQ or anything like that, just so whoever's mixing it could do whatever they want with the files. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So this is just a simple track today of tracking here at the home studio, Nashville, Tennessee. I hope you've learned something. I hope you've enjoyed this. And hopefully I get to do more of these soon. Thanks for watching, y'all. Peace.